I can tell you without even seeing the tail of the tape, Castro decided height and reach advantages.
All right. The stage is set. We go back to Matt Perino.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 6 rounds in the super bantamweight division. Introducing first, the boxer in the blue corner, holding a professional record with 4 wins, 2 losses. 3 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 122 pounds. Tonight in the black and gold trunks, he hails from Riverside, California. Introducing Ezequiel Flores. And his opponent in the red corner, holding an undefeated professional record. 9 wins, no losses. 7 coming by way of knockout. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 122 pounds. Tonight in the black and gold, he hails from Sinaloa, Mexico. Make some noise for Alfredo Castro! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jack Reese.
Jack Reese getting the assignment. Again, we are scheduled to 6 rounds of boxing. This in the super bantamweight division. As we see Riverside, California's Ezequiel Flores take on the undefeated fighter hailing from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, in Alfredo Castro. TJ DeSantis along with Abel Sanchez, Doug Fisher. We're live tonight inside Chumash Casino Resort. All part of Tom Loeffler and 360 Promotions Hollywood Fight Nights.
You know, when we spoke to Castro yesterday, he showed up with some sunglasses, looked like Clark Kent in disguise of a Superman, didn't he?
Yeah, he does have a very meek, understated look, at least outside of the ring. This will be my first time ever seeing this young man in action. I couldn't find anything, you know, on YouTube of any previous fights, so we're going to learn real soon what his boxing identity is. I believe he told us, we asked him, like, who are some of the fighters that he grew up watching and that he really admired, and one of the names was Oscar De La Hoya, and he said that his fighting style was kind of like that. We'll see.
Ezequiel Flores in the black with gold lettering on the belt line. In the black with gold trim is Alfredo Castro.
With Flores, there is some fight footage of him, including that loss to one of his losses, his last fight against Amado Vargas, who's one of the sons of former 2-time junior middleweight champ Fernando Vargas, who was 9-0 at the time. And I would say Flores acquitted himself well. He lost the fight, but it was competitive. He showed me a little something. Showed he could switch hit, showed a decent jab, nice straight right. He could switch hit, and from the southpaw stance, he has a decent straight left.
Well, tonight, we're going to see Flores deal with this long length, as you mentioned, Doug. 71-inch reach for Alfredo Castro. Is 6 inches longer than Ezequiel Flores. Which is interesting because you see Castro only 2 inches taller, but that is not telling the story of the difference in wingspan.
Stop. I break. Step away. Sepárese. Pelea.
Abel, when you have a fighter who is as long as Castro and has a reach advantage, how much do you implore them in camp to try to utilize that reach and get them, you know, aggressive with it?
Yeah, you know, you want to implore them to use their reach and to get distance, but a lot of guys just like to fight inside. You know, their DNA just tells them they want to be bangers on the inside. But I don't like the way Castro's hanging over so much. He's like crunched up. He's a little tight. Maybe that's just his style, or he's a little nervous.
Again, Castro fighting for the first time in these United States. Taking on a kid who's fighting in his home state. Flores hails from Riverside.
I stop. My break.
Clinching up here against the ropes. Jack Reese separates the two.
I like the pressure that Flores is putting on Castro. And I like that he's trying to rough him up inside. disrupt the young man's rhythm, try to get in his head a little bit. They're both landing heavy shots.
Stop. Nobody punch. Stop.
Final 10 seconds. Get a separation.
Time.
There we go. First round in the books. Again, scheduled for 6. Look inside the corner here of Alfredo Castro. Your thoughts, Abel, on the first round turned in?
I thought Flores did a great job of switching and trying to confuse the Castro. Castro's fights have all been in Sinaloa and in Mexico, so this style of Flores is very strange to him right now.
I scored the round for Flores.
Yes.
I thought he landed the better punches. And it did seem like he flustered Castro just a little bit.
No, but you want to I'll say this, though. I think that Castro's power, I can see his power. I can see his power in his punches. And if you look at this young man's face, he's getting a little marked up because he does have very heavy hands.
Doug, you mentioned that round on your scorecard going to Ezequiel Flores. I mean, how much of that was attributed to his pressure, and would you like to see that keep up?
That was half of it. But pressure alone is not going to win a round. You have to land punches, and Flores landed some right hands to the head and to the body. And that's what really swung in his favor. It was actually a close round. It was competitive because, as Coach just pointed out, Castro's landing shots, and you can see that in the red spots in Flores' face.
Nice right hand there a moment ago by Flores. One in the body is Castro. He's an uppercut there.
And I say that about the style with Flores because in Sinaloa maybe he didn't meet anybody that was that switched so well. That was had the experience that Flores has in the U.S. So maybe the opponents in Sinaloa were more standing in front of him where he could knock him out.
Right.
Flores is not going to do that for him.
Finally, I'm seeing a jab from Castro. So somebody just asked for it behind us.
Educated fan base.
Yes, I was about to say,
Cuba.
these are real fans.
Halfway point here of round number 2. Oh my goodness! Beautiful knockdown by the Mexican, Alfredo Castro.
6, 7,
Floored Ezequiel Flores,
Come
Jack
here.
Reese laying in the count.
You want to continue? Quieres seguir?
I think that was a right hand.
Right
It
hand.
traveled like, what, 4
Yeah,
inches?
that's the power I was talking about.
You saw it.
Yeah.
Can Flores recover, coming alive once again, trying to send him to the canvas.
Get out of there.
Is Alfredo Castro.
Good. Stop.
I know we're on UFC Fight Pass,
Stop.
but I don't think you can do
Are you
takedowns
okay?
like that in boxing.
A little inexperience on Castro's side. He was a little too close to him, crowding himself
I got
with the
a cut
shots.
from a punch.
He needs to extend a little.
45 seconds left here in round number 2. Alfredo Castro with a dominant knockdown a moment ago of Ezequiel Flores, but Flores surviving for now. He clinches once again and gets another takedown.
You all right? Come here. Give me your gloves.
Just a little.
Did you get the timeout? Okay, come here. You all right? Don't grab his head and jump down like that. Okay. You good? Give me your gloves. Box.
Back to action here. Final 30 seconds of round number 2.
There's a little cut on Flores' right, over his right
Turn
eye.
around. Box.
Yeah, I think
The
it's
left
on
eye,
the
left eye.
Yeah, it's on the eyelid too.
Yeah.
It's
Stop,
towards
stop,
the corner,
stop,
the
separate.
outer
Hey,
corner of the eye.
Don't hit him when he's down.
But it's dripping blood a little bit.
Stop at the bell.
Flores doing a good job at slowing things down. A few moments here of the round. A couple more punches land.
Time.
And Flores able to survive, but what a statement made by Sinaloa's Alfredo Castro.
That cut could have been caused with the right hand. It's on that side.
Let's take a look at that action. Doug Fisher, walk us through.
Yes. It was a right hand off the ropes and a short right hand. That glove did not travel far, although he did wind up with it.
Yeah.
And it looked like Flores was winding up with the right hand of his own, adding to the impact.
Let's take a look at that knockdown one more time. Oh.
Yeah, you know, Flores crowding Castro against the ropes. Castro finding the power, finding the leverage. That was beautiful.
Round 3 underway. Ezequiel Flores still very much with it after being dropped hard in round number 2. We'll see what he has here in this third frame against Mexico's Alfredo Castro.
It was a nice uppercut Castro landed a minute ago. Seconds ago.
Doubles up on that left hand is Flores. Still very much throwing the way of Castro is Flores.
You know, for a young fighter, Castro, as awkward as he looks at times, he is mixing his punches up and down. He's mixing levels, which is very good to drop hands and to show different directions.
Trying to get out of this corner here is Flores. He does. Oh, nice right hand.
Great right hand.
Flores has come to fight. See if that changes the demeanor of Castro.
I think for the first time in his professional career, Castro's in there with a fighter who wants to win as badly as he does, but also has the ability and the experience to make something happen.
Sneaky uppercut there a moment ago by Flores gets through.
Flores showing us a lot of spirit right now as he switches stances.
As we saw, he was down, but definitely not out in this fight.
Castro's landing a real nice right hand to the body. Kind of an uppercut. And I think he needs to use that one.
Inside the final minute here of round number 3.
That was the same punch that put Flores down in round 2, the one that just jacked his head way back.
You can see Flores closing the distance, grabbing that clinch. Two men separate, 45 seconds left in the round.
Honestly, I thought Flores was winning this round until Castro was able to land those right hands.
Might be a bit of a cut opened up underneath the left eye of Castro.
Yeah, there was a small mouse.
A little swell, yeah.
Yeah, that was probably a clash of heads.
Right hands. Those are definitely finding a home for Flores.
Flores may win this round yet.
Oh, beautiful uppercut on the inside by Flores.
Yeah, and that was off a combination. It was a right to the body, then the right uppercut.
And a left hand there. My goodness, final 10 seconds of this third round.
Hell of a round.
And let this fight thus far be an example of why Tom Loeffler's Hollywood Fight Nights is on UFC Fight Pass. This is what you tune in on Fight Night to see, and both of these gentlemen are giving it to us.
Back and forth, but as Doug said, maybe the beginning of the round was Flores, the middle of the round was Castro, and then I think Flores came back and uppercut and a left hook.
He scored the round. I scored round 3 for Flores because of right hands like we just saw him land in this replay. Castro coming back with a right hand of his own. There's that beautiful right uppercut Flores lands, but Flores is eating punches as he's landing these punches. That was probably the best punch of the fight, that short right cross on the inside landed by Castro, but Flores rages back. You love the spirit you see from Ezequiel. And so because of that second round knockdown, I've got it 2-1 in rounds for Flores, but because he suffered a knockdown in round 2, it's an even fight after 3 rounds, 28-28.
You know, we talked about it. Flores on a 2-fight skid. He's, you know, taking on an undefeated fighter from Sinaloa, Mexico, in Castro. Castro getting a much different look, though, fighting out of Mexico for the first time here in his U.S. debut. And, man, he's seeing everything that Ezequiel Flores has for him.
Yeah, welcome to California. Welcome to the U.S. You're not going to get a lot of gimmies here. I knew Flores would be game
Good
and
right hand by
confident
Flores.
because those losses were to, the first one was to a prospect turning pro named Kermel Moton, but that guy was considered like a super prospect. He's like an understudy of Floyd Mayweather Jr. And then Amado Vargas, he was 9-0 and the son of a great fighter in Fernando Vargas. So I mean, those losses were to really good fighters.
His left hand and a right there by Flores. The output here of Castro has changed a bit. Still light on his feet and moving, but he definitely has to respect the shots and power coming his way from Ezequiel Flores. Flores talking to him a little bit here.
I think he's feeling himself. I think he's regained his confidence with that last round, and as well as he's doing so far. I definitely think those losses to Kermel and to Amado, they lit a fire in his belly. He does not want a third loss. He wants to prove something to himself, not just the boxing world.
Halfway point of round number 4.
He's more active in this round too, so he's the one pressing the fight. He's the one doing the necessary to try to win.
He set the pace, and it's effective aggression. Which doesn't mean that Castro can't set up a trap and use that aggression against Flores.
Right hand on left. Nice punches getting through for Castro.
Work at it. Come on, let him go. Pull your arms out.
2 minutes down, 1 to go here in round number 4. Nice left hand by Castro.
There's that power.
Yeah, Flores might have got buzzed a little bit. I saw some give in his legs, just a bit. And Jack Reese noticed it too.
Good right hand, hurt him. Good right hand.
Covering up on the ropes here is Flores. Castro lands another left.
I like this aggression from Castro. He's finishing this round strong. Will it be enough to win the round?
Punching his way off the ropes is Flores. Final few moments here of the round.
Wow, tough round.
We are headed to round number 5. What a fight this is shaping up to be.
Not easy to score either.
No, tough round to score this one.
I can see it going either way. I gave it to Castro because I actually think Castro hurt Flores.
Yeah. You hurt him a couple times, buzzed him a couple times. Yeah.
And this is professional boxing.
But again, I think it highlights the fact it's a very competitive fight. Both men having their moments at times, and that's why it's hard to put a stamp on really who won the round.
Yeah, and TJ, goes back to what you asked about the international experience. The experience of the opponents of Flores is evident here. He's got more tools to work with. Castro is limited in that respect.
And Flores just came, taunting Castro. Fighting is as much mental as it is physical. And we are here in the 5th round. We'll see what happens. The undefeated fighter hailing from Sinaloa, Mexico, Alfredo Castro in the black with gold trim. Riverside, California's Ezequiel Flores in the black with gold lettering in the belt line. TJ DeSantis, Abel Sanchez, Doug Fisher. Appreciate you joining us live here tonight on UFC Fight Pass inside the Chumash Casino Resort, the site of Tom Loeffler's Hollywood Fight Nights.
If I'm in Castro's corner, I don't allow him I don't allow Flores to back me up. I have to make sure and be aggressive, be moving forward as he's leaning back. He's on his back foot and he's getting caught with shots he shouldn't be getting caught with. Right there's where he needs to be working for me.
That right hand a moment ago by Flores definitely going to back you up. Now, trying to work the body is Castro.
Ezequiel. Stop. Listen up. Come on.
If you're just joining us, this has been a heck of a fight thus far. In the 2nd round, Castro had put Flores on the floor with a lot of danger there for the fighter hailing out of California, but Flores has rallied back and has very much made a fight of this one. Halfway point of round number 5.
They exchange right hands.
Oh, an uppercut there.
That hurt him.
Yeah, there's a lot of leverage. There's a lot of power at the end of Castro's shots. If he could just tighten up his technique a little bit, because there's a little bit of a loop. He wings his shots, yeah. And he's not terribly fast either, but there's a heaviness. There's an impact to all of his punches.
Yeah, you can see the difference in power when they go shot for shot. Castro is getting the bigger reaction. His punches are landing with more punctuation than that of Ezequiel Flores.
Kind of reminiscent of another UFC fight past Tom Lawful fighter, Omar Trinidad. His punches have that kind of thud also.
Yeah.
This is, of course, a little more polished.
Yes. Final 30 seconds here of round number 5.
Because Flores is landing his shots, are just not as effective power-wise.
Final few moments here of round number 5. Oh, what a fight. Through 5 rounds, we are headed to the final round. Abel, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I think Doug and I are in agreement that Castro took that round close round.
There's a man who's had success in this building, Serhii Boachuk. He'll be fighting for the WBC World Super Welterweight Championship in Las Vegas, sitting ringside with Tom Loeffler. And I don't think you have to be a fighter to appreciate what we've seen in this one through 5 rounds. Guys, what do you expect here in this final round? I mean, a fight where we've seen one man planted on the floor, but he's been very game and game enough to make this a competitive fight.
I think we're going to see more of the same from Flores, which is bringing the fight, applying pressure. I think we're going to see more aggression and a slightly higher punch output from Castro, if his corner told him the right thing, because I think he needs to do that. He's ahead on my own official scorecard by 2 points, but the rounds that I've scored for Castro have been very close, very competitive.
Right hand, there's 2-punch combination for Flores to start this 6th round. Uppercut and a right hand again by the Californian. Very aggressive here is Flores to start this final round.
You know, I've noticed, Doug, in the last several rounds that Castro seems to not do too much at the beginning of the round, fearing he's going to maybe tire out by the end. And he kind of comes on in the second half of the round, but he's giving away some great shots to Flores here.
I think that's something they're going to have to work on. He needs to be dialed in for 3 minutes of the round and letting his hands go, especially in this situation. I think he's making a mistake by not standing his ground and being more aggressive.
At the very least, if he's going to give ground and move around, he should be smacking Flores with that jab. And snapping it, not just putting the left hand out there. That's something they need to work on as well. They need to sharpen up his jab.
Minute and a half down, minute and a half to go.
Stop.
Castro complaining about a shot to the back of the head.
Flores is fighting like a man who knows he needs this round.
Oh!
The exchange, kind of right hooks.
I think that one for Flores was one of the better shots that he's landed, snapping the head back of Castro. Now entering the final minute of the fight. Right hand again by Flores. Would be a very important round. Oh my goodness!
Great left hook. Great left hook.
Flores in control here as we head down the stretch.
Oh.
The Mexican firing back. What a fight this has been. 30 seconds left to go. Jack Reese separates the two. Well, the right hand finds a home for Flores. Goes to the body. Oh, another left hand. Final 10 seconds of the fight. Oh my goodness, Castro trying to put an end on it. Flores almost falls on our announcing table.
Unreal.
Fight's
The
over.
bell
Fight's over.
sounds the end of the fight.
Flores was winning that round.
Yes.
I was just
Yes.
about to score it for
My
Flores,
goodness.
and he gets dropped.
One of the best fights you're ever going to see in any combat sport. Hollywood Fight Nights delivering in a big way.
Fight's over because the bell rang, said-
We still got more after this.
Yes.
This is only the second fight of the night.
He almost fell in your lap.
I know.
I'm just glad his head didn't hit any of the monitors.
Abel Sanchez, like a superhero. You see those reactions?
Cat-like.
Oh my goodness.
Like, yeah, swooping into the rescue.
Getting back to that knockdown, how important was that for Castro?
I think Castro needed it. I thought he was on his way to losing that round. And, you know, the fight was up for grabs, really.
I mean, look
Was
at
that? Okay, so there was a right hand followed by another right hand as he was teetering back. Wow. That punch hurt him, and that punch took him off his feet and through the ropes.